Yo, we're live again with Ask Jason question series. We got a great question today. We do the Ask Jason question series every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. And we tell you a lot of important things about Thriveal and how we help service-based companies grow and figure out tough growth questions. That's what the Ask Jason is all about. So if you want to know answers to some tough growth questions in your firm, just send them to info@thriveal.com. We've got a good one today, and it may take a little while to answer it. It's so big, so I'll try not to get too broad in my answer related to this. But just a couple things we want to let you know about. You've heard about the Thriveal Incubator. That's this week. But it's full, so you can't come to the one this week. Of course, we've launched an Incubator 2.0, and that's coming up September 20th through the 22nd. So you do not want to miss that. And you can reply to info@thriveal.com or even put a comment on this video if you want to know more, and we'll reach out to you. But I want to let you know also about the Future Firm Groups is something we lead. It's a year-long course that Julie and I, my partner, lead. It's a monthly class that we lead with firms that are ready to grow and scale. And we're in the middle of that this year. We're going to do it again in 2019. You can actually go to Thriveal.com and you'll see a little button at the top, Future Firm Summit. I think it's Future Firm Summit, which is something that's part of the Future Firm Group. So you click that link at the top at Thriveal.com. And that's just an interest form. If you're interested in the Future Firm Groups for next year, 2019, don't forget to go fill out that interest form just so we can tell you more information. That's why you fill it out. So, okay, let's jump to our question. This is a good question. Jill, thank you so much for sending this question in. And here's what the question is. How do you find the right partner? Wow, that's a big question. Can an employee grow into this role? Can you recruit somebody into this role? And then Jill says, how did you do it? Okay, so I'll tell you real quick some of my story of partnership. So I think I became overwhelmed at some point in running businesses, and that's when I started to feel the need for a partner. I wasn't sure, but that's what I thought I needed. And it's because I knew I had skills that I was good at, but there were a lot of things I was lacking. And that's what I needed. Now, you can do that with a team member, right? You can get a team member who's really good to support you in growth-related activities. But I needed somebody who would love these businesses, care for them the way I do, stay up at night thinking about these things and how to make these things grow. So I needed somebody with this responsibility, really this legal responsibility of partnership, or at least that's what I thought. I was right. And maybe not everybody needs that, but I did need it. And so a lot of times I'll ask people when they're considering partnership, I'll say, if you found the person, are you going to be better together than you are apart? And you have to really, it takes a long time to answer that. So what I did is I started looking for a partner in other CPAs and really flew around the country a little bit meeting people, but I didn't find them. But there was somebody named Julie, and she had been working with me for a couple years, and it dawned on me all the things I needed a partner to do, she was doing and was gifted at doing and loved to do it for the companies we serve. So she was my partner. And so then I asked her to be my partner, and really that's kind of all I did, just asked her to be my partner. But there are some things we can learn from that, is that you really should be working with somebody for a while. I would say a year to 2 years, before you really become their partner. You want to work with them to see how they work, to make sure you're compatible as partners. Merging with other firms that merge with other firms, that's hard to do. I think that's a hard way to gain a partner because you don't know them. You don't know how they work. A partnership is a very intimate thing. You have to figure out a lot of things. You have to fight to stay on the same page. You're doing a lot of work. So it takes work to be in a good partnership. And so just merging with people is hard. I think working with somebody and having them, recruiting somebody from your team is typically the best way to do it. And so that's how you do it. I think growing an employee into this role is typically the best employee. Now, let me just mention something called Rocket Fuel. It's a book that Julie and I read a year into our partnership, and we wish we would have read it a lot sooner, because it really laid out what the roles were that Julie and I were both filling in our partnership that we didn't know. So Rocket Fuel is by Mark C. Winters and Gino Wickman, Rocket Fuel. You can find that on Amazon. So I would say, if I was consulting with anybody that wanted to be partners, I would say read the book first, number one, work with them at least 2 years to know what they're like, and probably meet with somebody to help you through being partners. That's really going to create a health that's going to rocket your business forward. So now you might think, well, that's a lot of work. Well, I'm telling you, if you get into a partnership, it's supposed to be a lifelong thing, right? So you're supposed to do that forever. So if you're going to make that kind of commitment, it's foolish to not really invest in figuring that out. I didn't, and I wish I would have. But there were some things I did accidentally right, which was to work with my partner first and then ask her to be my partner. That was key. Now, the book Rocket Fuel, what it does is it lays out specific roles that really you can leverage in a partnership in a huge way. And so it talks about 2 roles. There's a visionary and an integrator. And they have a test online. You can go to rocketfuelnow.com and take the test, and you can test for a visionary or an integrator. And my partner Julie tests off the charts for integrator, and I test off the charts for visionary. And so they were compatible roles. And so really, we can exponentially do more than really just 2 partners can do. Rocket Fuel is what is basically describing a partnership that is exponential in nature. And let me tell you what I mean. If you have one CPA firm that merges with another CPA firm, you've 2x that if you become partners. One CPA, let's say they review 100 returns during tax season, the other one reviews 100 returns. Now you're able to do 200 returns. So there's not a lot you've gained by coming together. You're just doing everything under the same roof. But what Rocket Fuel does is it places people in their correct role. And when you get in that correct role, you stay in that role. You stay in your lane, and you fight to stay in that lane. It takes work, and there's a lot of ways you do that. Clarity days, same page days, things we do to stay on the same page. But it brings exponential things to your business. It's pretty amazing. But it takes a lot of commitment to understand what partnership takes. So Jill, I hope that's helpful. Those are just some skills. Of course, anybody can reach out to info@thriveal.com and let us know more. And we'll tell you more about what partnership can be and how it can be successful for you. We do believe that partnerships can be good, can be healthy, and you should choose that path. But it just takes a lot of preparation because not only do you want what partner brings you, you've got to want what it means. It's going to mean you don't own the company anymore. You have to care for another person and their values and their thoughts and their ideas. But those 2 thoughts make the company just rocket forward. So that's more about partnership. So don't miss our Incubator 2.0. This is where we do it, a 2.5-day mini MBA, and we build a firm together. We go through just all the building blocks that it takes to build a firm. It's a huge retreat. You're going to work 10 hours a day going through that incubator. That is September 20th through 22nd, the Incubator 2.0. And if you're interested in the Thriveal's Future Firm Groups led by my partner and I, Julie, that will begin again January 2019. You can go fill out an interest form right now at thriveal.com and click the Future Firm Group at the top. So I hope that helps. Jill, thanks for the question. You guys keep the questions coming, and we'll keep answering. Hope you guys have a great Monday. We'll see you. Over and out.